Hello, Klaus here, and welcome back to yet another video here at the channel. Well, SIRUI has done it again. Yes, they have done a new anamorphic lens, and it's fortunately not this one. This is the 24mm lens. So if you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know that I do love my SIRUI lenses. As a matter of fact, I did do reviews on all of them and test footage and all of that great stuff. So if you want to have a look at some of those videos, take a look down in the description below. SIRUI is an amazing company, and it actually blows my mind that they have been able to produce these kinds of lenses. If you think about the times we are living in with the COVID pandemic and all of that. So with the 50mm, which was announced before the COVID, but then it came and they were not able to send these out. So it was actually delayed a bit, but I got mine during the pandemic, and I did do a video all about not the pandemic, but the footage from the lens, and you can have a look at that right here. Also, during the last year, they did do the 24mm and the 35mm all within a year, and that is crazy that it's actually possible to do lenses of this quality during a pandemic. Yesterday, SIRUI announced that they were going to do a 75mm lens. The lens are supposed to be an f1.8, and it should have the same form factor as the other lenses. It is also a 75mm portrait lens. So that means if you are shooting on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K like I am doing, the 75mm will turn into something like an 85, which is a pretty good lens for portraits and for close-up shots. Also, the focus distance should be the same as on all of the other ones except for the 24, which has a little less focus distance. How that is going to affect the 75mm, I don't understand that quite yet. So the lenses are going to be available in these mounts. It's going to be available in the E mount for Sony, EF mount for Canon, Z mount for Nikon, and X mount for the Fujifilm, and then in the MFT Micro Four Thirds for Panasonic, Z-Cams and Olympus, and of course for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. So SIRUI are doing the same thing as they have done with all the previous anamorphic lenses, being the 50, the 35 and the 24mm lens. They're doing this via an Indiegogo campaign, and that is going to launch on the 24th of May. And the retail price will be $669. So if it's worth the money, I don't know yet. I still need to get some more information about the lens. There isn't a lot of information out about the lens yet. There's actually only a very short video on the Indiegogo campaign. So if you want to know more about that, you can check that up down in the description below. Well, as you do know, I do love my SIRUI lenses. I have them all, the 50, the 35 and the 24. But I don't know if the 75mm will fit into the range I usually shoot my things in. But I would like to know, are you going to get the 75mm lens? And if you are, can you give me some reasons for why I should? Because of course I can understand the basic idea of having a complete set of anamorphic lenses, but I actually think you're pretty covered with the 3 lenses you have already. But I'm curious to hear what you think. So this was just a super quick video about the announcement of the new 35mm lens from SIRUI, the anamorphic. Again, it is going to be very interesting what they will do in the future, or if they're going to leave the Micro Four Thirds system and the other systems and go to EF or other lenses or stuff like that. But that we'll have to see what SIRUI decides to do in the future. Anyway, I do hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share it with your friends if you think it would help them out. And if you want to be notified every time there's a new video on this channel, please hit that bell icon down in the corner. Until next time, keep filming, keep learning, and keep sharing.